I'm Superantonio. And we're live. Greetings, friends. How are you? Happy Friday. We made it to the end of the week and also the end of the month. Peter Walsdorf says, my girlfriend is at the Rascal Flatts concert for her birthday. Well, happy birthday to your lovely lady friend, Peter. And why aren't you with her? What's that about? Yeah, it's the end of the month. So hopefully you got paid and you have a little money left over after rent. So you can save some money. You can invest some money. You can buy some action figures. Go out to eat this weekend. Go to a nice restaurant. But do all that in that order. Okay, no, actually put action figures last and watches. You can buy some action figures and watches after you have saved, invested, and gone out to eat. How's that sound? Not that I am a financial advisor of any sort, but that's what I would do if I'd gotten paid. How are you? How is everyone? We're in chapter 6, regrettably. We're staring down the business end of chapter 6. And tonight we are going to rescue Marston. I really like the title, Busting Marston Out of the Old Iron Bar Hotel. Marston, as you know, is currently enjoying the hospitality of Santony law enforcement. Don't tell Abigail. Abigail won't actually stop bothering us about it. Peter says she got tickets to go with her sister in Green Bay. Okay, well, I'm happy for both of you. And I hope you got her something nice for her birthday. And you should take her out to eat also. Girls like being taken out to eat. I don't know why. I do know why. I'm just being sarcastic. What was I going to say? Sadie's here. She says hi. She says like and subscribe. She really needs a bath. What's that about? It's a little embarrassing. Also, we're going to do the Herr Strauss missions because I want to see if we can bad honor them. Like we can, refuse to give money or refuse to help. We'll see. I don't know. But tonight we're going to rescue Marston. I made a new video, an old-fashioned video, an old-fashioned guide. There's a new Moonstone Pond glitch involving the large jewelry bags. I don't know if you saw it. Basically, with a save reload, you can have infinite large jewelry bags, $50 at the fence. It's better than Fairvale Shanty because that's a gold nugget for $25. At any rate, before I decided to try the Moonstone Pond glitch, which I kind of discovered myself. What's that about? But only because no one's paying attention to this game anymore, regrettably. But what I was going to say is we spent a couple days at Fairvale Shanty collecting 99 gold nuggets. This Arthur did. Some of it's on camera. Some of it might be at the end of this video. I don't recall. But because at that point, I still wanted to collect. I still want to leave John $10,000, even though we're not necessarily going to do the epilogue. We might do enough of the epilogue so that John can collect that, because that would be nice. So, but at any rate, we got 99 gold nuggets, which is less than $3,000. And so I tried with Moonstone, and we only did that 30 times, so I could get 5,000 in jewelry that we can cash in at the end of chapter 6, right before that final ride. with Cerberus. We're going to sell everything, even our potent miracle tonics. You can sell those back to the doctor's office. Collect a bunch of cash. We'll easily have more than 10 grand. We'll probably have closer to 12, 13, 14. And then we shall go visit the First Bank of Aberdeen. Did everyone have a good week? I did. Didn't work out enough as I wanted to, which is an odd thing to say. You know, it's not that I didn't have time. I didn't make time. I didn't schedule time. Time got away from me. Serena's here. Everybody say hi to Serena. Serena says, "Hi, Antonio. I'm not feeling well. Still thought I'd say hi. I appreciate you being here, Serena. I'm sorry you don't feel well. I'll bring Sadie back to tell you that she's sorry you don't feel well as well. And she hopes you feel better real soon." Say hi to Sadie. Say hi to Daisy. Say hi to Serena. She's not saying hi, but she means it. She's thinking it, Serena. But don't feel like you have to participate in the chat. It's you know, it means the world to me that you are here, and I'm sure Mama 1 and Papa 1 will be happy to hear from you as well, or to know that you're here. We're gonna rescue Marston tonight. Serena says, "Hi, Sadie, beautiful girl. Missed you." Sadie misses you too, Serena. We all do.
Any problems coming in?
Poor Arthur is not feeling well, but he has a mighty fine mustache.
Yeah, they've had patrols out ever since you boys disappeared.
And Sadie's in her final form. Recall in chapter 3 and chapter 4, she wears a yellow shirt. And this white shirt with her, it's a white dress shirt. Men's shirt. And the teal kerchief.
Years ago.
Serena says, "I know I'm glad to be here resting."
What do you mean?
And the side plate.
What happened here?
I started gathering
Note,
people up as best I could after you
this
boys
starts
left.
at night, but
John, you know that.
by the time they get to the balloon, it's day again.
No, we got Lenny's body out as well.
Serena says, "I'm glad to be here resting." And Peter says, "Went by my girlfriend for supper last night." Did you go out, Peter, is my question. And Serena says, "Yes, I know. Poor Arthur." Miko Herptile, channel mod, says, "Hello, Super Antonio, Sadie mods, and everyone." Greetings, Miko. Appreciate you being here. And Mama 1's here. Everyone say hi to Mama 1. Mama 1 says, "Hey, everyone." Miko says, "Hey, Peter." Hey, Serena. Serena says, "Hi, Peter." And Papa 1 says, "Hey, family." Greetings, Papa 1. Appreciate you, friend. Miko says, "Hello, Mama 1 and Papa 1. Peter says hi to Miko. And Serena says hi to Miko. Mama 1 and Papa 1 also say hi to Miko. And Serena says hi to Mama 1 and Papa 1. Sadie also says hi to Miko and Mama 1 and Papa 1. She's here. It's the end of the week. She's smelling a little horsey. What's that about? I told her that this morning. And she doesn't mind.
You really stepped things up, ain't you?
Hey,
What's
we
that
didn't know
about?
if you was even coming back.
Papa 1 and Mom 1 say hello to Peter.
Real hard. You can see it.
Serena says, "LA Noire is an awesome game. Are you playing it? Are you going to upload some videos to your channel, Lo?" And Mama 1 says, "Hey, Sadie and Super Antonio. Greetings, Mama 1. What's for dinner?"
I'm just happy you boys were able to find us.
I had leftovers. It was just some chicken and rice. Not very thoughtful. However, this week, Mama 1, you'd be happy to know. Not really. You'll probably be disappointed. But I had banana cream pudding.
This is my friend I told you
And it was
about, Mr.
delicious.
Morgan.
And I'll tell you all about it.
At your service, sir.
I found it was a Jello pack, a Jello box. So, you know, it was not homemade or anything, regrettably. And it was the easiest recipe in the world. It was just 3 cups of milk. I used whole milk. And you just kind of stir it up in there. It's basically Jello milk.
Women can't fly, sir. Are you insane?
Jello, as I recall, you have to boil. And you didn't have to boil the milk at all. You just stirred it in there and refrigerated it. It thickened up. It was delicious. Oh, it was so good. I know it would be better homemade, but, you know. And they had the recipe for the banana cream pudding, like I saw at Bucky's, which is Nilla wafers and chopped up bananas and Cool Whip topping. And I'll try that next time. I only got 1 box. It was less than, I want to say it was like $1.10. It was super cheap. It wasn't less than $1, but it wasn't more than like $1. It was around $1. And she had a little of it. She liked it a lot, but it was too much dairy for her. And I'm afraid it didn't agree with her tum-tum. Mama once says, horses got a bath today. For that reason, the horse smell can get so strong. Yes. Yes, it can. It's a good smell, though. But, yeah. I think it's an acquired taste. And Serena says, I don't know. I already played it on PS4. I'm thinking of playing it on PS5. Yeah, why not? Yeah, I recommend it. We're doing our LA Noire playthrough, and we're almost finished with it. Hope you're here tomorrow, Serena. And Mama one says, you're on the way to being a great cook. I love banana pudding. Oh, it's delicious. Mom one says, everything you cook, rather from scratch or box, puts you one step further to being a chef. I don't know about that, but I had fun making it. It was, you know, and yeah, it's like it. I don't know what I could compare it to. Pudding kind of tastes like yogurt, I think. Maybe pudding is American yogurt. And I've had banana yogurt, you know, from Yoplait and stuff, and it kind of tasted like that, but so much better. Serena says, I like Mr. Dullard. Is that his name on the balloon? It makes me laugh. His name's Arturo. I don't know his last name.
Sure you shouldn't be doing this?
Miko says, watched your last video, Super Antonio. I missed that narrative voice you used. Thank you, Miko. I miss doing it. I miss doing that video of that. I miss doing that Super Antonio voice all the time. It's kind of related to this voice. It's less okay, I can't even do it. But anyways, yeah, I do that voice. I add a little bit of reverb and a little bit of bass, just a touch of bass. And that's how you get the Super Antonio voice in Red Dead Redemption 2. And this mic, and you have to have a good mic. You have to have a decent mic. Peter says, but thank you, Miko. I appreciate that. I'm glad you watched it, and I miss doing that voice as well. Peter says, I had a video uploaded a few years ago on my old YouTube channel. I was driving with my partner, hit a game wall, and went flying in the air. In LA Noire? Wow. We should try that. Serena says, also thinking of playing GTA 5 on PS5. Graphics will be heaps good. I think you should play GTA 5, Serena, on your PS5. Because then Mama 1 and Papa 1 can watch you play and watch you drive. And they'll enjoy that. Mama 1 says, our dinner was wonderful. Grilled catfish with homemade hush puppies. Papa 1 asked that I make French fries as well. We had a strawberry sundae for dessert. Today, we went to a small horse festival. Strawberry sundae, that sounds good. I love strawberry jam.
I think I'm all
Mama one says, so my cooking was not as massive as normal. And Papa one says, this is one of my favorite missions just for Arthur's sarcasm to Sadie. It's very romantic. They get a little hot air balloon ride after this. Shame about Arturo. But, yeah, I was thinking about that. He pulls her up, hand over hand. Mrs. Adler probably weighs anywhere from 90 pounds to 110 pounds. But still, hand over hand, dead weight. Arthur's got some shoulders on him, shoulders and back. Serena says, I like this mission, Papa One. Arthur's been doing his push-ups. Well, actually, he's been lifting hay bales since he was 12 years old. So, you know, he's in great shape. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm sure Mrs. Adler is as well. I'm sure Mrs. Adler could have climbed up by herself.
We shouldn't fly too near to it, though, sir.
Yeah, it's Bullard, not Dullard. Arturo Bullard. Nico says, I also liked Mr. Bullard. He did the best he could. Yeah, he's, you know, he just takes people up for rides. Oh, also, I forgot to mention, Sadie calls him a pilot. She wouldn't have called him a pilot. She would have called him an aerialist. Pilot in 1899 referred only to like watercraft vehicles, boats and stuff. And usually they'd be called captains or whatever, but you pilot a boat or a ship. But pilot, as you know, because yeah, in this context, she would have called him an aerialist, and that's what Arturo would have called himself as well. Papa one says, my favorite part about Arturo is Arthur saying, I kind of liked him, just randomly in the middle of his rant. Makes me think back to my military days. Yeah, it seems natural, and it's, you know, it's just one more thing for Arthur to be upset about. Papa one says, farm work as a kid has two options. You get strong and are able to lift hay bales, or you just get crushed by said hay bales. And Serena says, hey, hi, Cloudy. Cloudy says, howdy, everyone. Greetings, Cloudy. Happy Friday to you. We made it to the end of the month. Hope you're doing well.
What about on the left there?
Nope, not there.
Arturo gives you little hints of where to look.
Suspicious, wouldn't you say?
Is that him?
Serena says, hi, Cloudy. And Mama One says, hey, Cloudy. Also, Papa One. Greetings, Cloudy. And Miko says, hey, Cloudy. All right, we're getting shot at. Get out of here. Oh, also, I tried to take this. You didn't really see it, but I tried to take this balloon to Blackwater, and you can't. You can't. The wind, like, drifts you exactly where you need to go. It's regrettable. But that would have made an awesome video.
We're in the clear now, Mr. Bullard.
Pop One says, in reality, the prison would probably have increased security in the aftermath of this mission.
I must say, the specifics of this job are not described to me at all as fishy.
Well, maybe they had like put in the requisition orders, and the boat got stuck on the way back to Saint Denis. Cloudy says, every time I do this mission, it reminds me of the movie The Aeronauts. First time I did this mission, I loved it so much. I was so charmed and exhilarated to be up in the air.
Try and get us near.
We'll make short work of these O'Driscolls. We got Bolty. I don't understand what she's doing up here. What was it? Were they supposed to meet in were they supposed to be up north, up here? Perhaps in Van Horn or Annisburg? Was that part of the original plan? What is she doing up here? It's That's my question. Cloudy says, everyone, okay, Cloudy, we said that. Peter says, I have that video on the other channel at Peter Walsdorf 5174. Short work of these jokers. Pop one says, how long did it take Arthur to get back? Technically, Annisburg would be hours away. Yeah. Yeah, what's she doing there? Nico says, we will never know. It is a Red Dead mystery. It sure is. You'd think he'd take us back to exactly where he set off. Also, she hired him. He was there waiting for us. She couldn't ride because of the vapors. And Papa One also asks, and since when were there O'Driscolls in Annisburg before this? It's Murphy country. Exactly. It doesn't make sense. It makes more sense that they'd be hanging around Saint Denis because of Colm. Colm has been arrested. Colm is in custody. That's it for Arturo. Hardly knew you. I was very charmed by him. Be nice if you could do missions with him on Red Dead Online. Toss this convenient rope that's there. And I'm afraid we went too low. First time around. Look out! There's a bridge up ahead. I can't do that crack in her voice. I love that crack in her voice that Sadie gets. See, we crashed the balloon. Let's try that again, shall we? Two things. Pulling up Sadie, same mechanics as pulling up Lenny. Alright? You know, smashing the X. Pulling up Lenny in Chapter 1. But this mission, this part of the mission reminds me of the stagecoach robbery with Micah, which also involves a river and O'Driscoll's. And O'Driscoll's on one side of the river after we crash on the other side of the river. Obviously, this is way more fun because we've got a little bit of a chemistry going on with Mrs. Adler. But still, it just seems like recycling on the devs' part. Serena says, supposed to be a new DLC GTA Online. Not sure if I will do it this time. Why not, Serena? Mom one says, we have rode in several hot air balloons. One was at a fair, and it was such fun. The wind was a little rough, and as one of our farmhands was getting in, it knocked him around. Thank God we were still on the ground. I've never been on a hot air balloon, and I don't know if I've ever had the interest to go on one. There were a bunch of them in New Mexico, and my girlfriend at the time, when we were there, we were in Santa Fe. We talked about it, but we never could coordinate. We never could figure out the schedule, and we didn't end up doing it. Dan Constantin Popescu, channel member from the UK, says, good morning all from England. Dan, I appreciate you being here, Dan. You really need to vote because your country, interesting things are going on in your country that... no, actually, I'm thinking about Germany, where you can get arrested for memes in Germany. But I bet it's coming to your country as well. Serena says, I'm not good at flying big planes. I do try. I don't really know if I will do this DLC on GTA Online. And Papa One says, Sadie also just leaves Bob out to dry. Serena says, I think it's Trevor's Mackenzie Field. Probably costs too much. Yeah, flying is a pain in Grand Theft Auto. Mama One says, Balloon Fiesta in Albuquerque is where we went. And Papa One says, hey Dan, good morning. Howdy says, howdy Dan. And Mama One also says, hey Dan. Greetings Dan. Happy Saturday to you, friend. Appreciate you being here. Take care of these O'Driscolls. We'll loot who we can. I was still, we do need the cash. But I'm worried, you know, I'd rather have jewelry because that can't be taken from you if we get arrested or if we die. If we die in battle. Dan says, it is my wake-up time. Soon it's work time for me. Well, I'm glad I'm here. We're here for you, Dan, to help you get ready in the morning. Papa One says, I love gunfighting in games. I can't help but chuckle when the enemies surround the player like this. All Arthur and Sadie have to do is lay flat on the ground behind cover, and the O'Driscolls will massacre themselves. Yeah, it's a turkey shoot.
We have our own problems with the law, in case you ain't noticed.
I agree.
Sure, Dutch. He wouldn't even help us with Marston.
Mrs. Adler needs a bath.
Messed up right now. You know how things is.
Bastard's gonna swing. I'm gonna make sure of it.
Closely followed by
I apologize.
You saw him?
Yes, Fields.
Okay.
I don't know what I was thinking. It's because Sadie's not here. Sadie's in her crate.
No. But from the fields, yes. That we can manage.
Well guarded.
So yeah, we put up a video that I was quite proud of. Let's see how it's doing. It's doing okay.
Behind bars.
An old-fashioned.
That's how we'll do it. Bust him from his
It's
work
called "There's a New Old Glitch"
It's best just the two of us.
at
go.
Moonstone Pond for infinite jewelry bags in Red Dead Redemption 2.
Good. Because two is all we'll need.
But I'm quite proud of it because, as far as I know,
And we'll
I discovered that
sneak in
glitch
and get him out of there.
6 years later.
Meet me at
But
Copperhead
still,
Landing.
you know, it
Thank
counts.
you, Arthur.
Whatever you say, boss.
Serena says, Star Hearts, that's you, Serena. Do you have the Cayo Perico heist unlocked? That's some fast and easy money. Mom once says, will you be doing a full playthrough of Getting John's Money? Yes. I decided that this at the start of the stream. We'll take John through the epilogue until the game releases him. We have to do a couple missions at Pronghorn Ranch, and then he's allowed to like free roam with no weapons. So all we have to do is leave camp, find some weapons, borrow some weapons. So we there's no fast travel, and you can't really use money because nothing's really up to him. But we can ride down to Aberdeen and collect our cash. Yeah, I think we'll leave him easily at least 10,000, probably 12 or 14, because we got 99 gold nuggets. That's about around $3,000, 2750 or so, from Fairvale Shanty, and then we made up the rest with the Moonstone Pond glitch. And we also have some gold bars and, you know, miscellaneous stuff collected that we can cash in. So, yeah. Cloudy says, I was the first like on that video, Superantonio. I appreciate that, Cloudy. I appreciate your likes. Yeah, it was fun to make. And I'm glad you watched it. Dan says, I love this mission. When I played the game first time, I didn't know what would be next and was upset about how things turned out bad for Arthur and Arturo. Yeah, this is one of my favorite missions of Chapter 6. Papa One says, one question, does Arthur ever say directly to Sadie that he had TB, or does she just assume because of his cough? I think she was talking to the gals. He never says, he doesn't even say it, that I'm sick or I don't, you know, it's like, or make allusions to his mortality. But I'm sure he was like, she's talking to the gals, probably Abigail, and she figured it out. Nate's here. Nate says, hey, Superantonio, does your Sadie have issues with vapors as well? I don't think so. Let's ask her. Yeah, she's a modern dog, and she thinks she can do everything that boy dogs can do. She got misgendered. What's that about? By an Asian gentleman who and she has like a pink collar and a pink harness, and who called her a good boy, and she didn't get mad at all. She didn't like go on Twitter or TikTok and make an angry video about how she got how she got misgendered by an Asian boomer. I didn't mind. It's good. It's good for older. You know, there's a lot of retirees around in my neighborhood, and it's good for them to pet dogs. It's good for their blood pressure, and it helps with your depression. And I always think that, you know, if you're on your day, you know, it's like it's good to like stop and pet a friendly dog as you go about your day. If you're going to work or you're doing your morning stroll or whatever. We saw a realtor a couple days ago. There's a lot of realtors, and you know, we meet realtors all the time. And she, like, it was the end of the day. It was like, you know, it was her afternoon walk, and you know, she had all these like, she had like a briefcase and all these like brochures and stuff. So her hands weren't, but she wanted to stop and like say hi to Sadie, and she looked so tired. And she said, I'd pet you, but my hands are full. So, of course, I, like, grabbed her. It's like, allow me, madam. And I held her brochures for her, well, and so she could pet the dog before she moved on. But, it's, you know, it's nice at the end of the, you know, at the end of the day. If you had a hard day trying to sell houses or whatever, condos, and you get to see a friendly dog. Hopefully, you get to go home to your own dog. Yeah. It's a part of the service we offer in our little neighborhood of Saint Denis. Dan's taking off. Dan says, gotta go. All the best. Have a blessed Saturday. You too, Dan. I appreciate you being here. Sorry I got political. And I appreciate your support and your you know, you've been here for a long time, and that means a lot to me. Couldn't do it without you, Dan. Serena says hi to Nate. Mom One says, I wish you could loot every Braithwaite during the fight in the mansion. Rockstar was smart to not allow it. The whole gang would have had to wait for 20 minutes. Same with Angelo. Mom One says, does Sadie go everywhere with you? Yes, she does. You know, I'm very lucky that I can you know, that I work from home and that I don't have to leave her. I can just take her with me. It's one of the reasons why, you know, I only have like 4 restaurants that I order from, is because, you know, they're all in the neighborhood and they all know Sadie and they all let me take her inside.
The thing is, Sadie, I really can't. I must come. He's my husband.
And I know I could get her, it's relatively easy to get like I don't know what they call that, emotional dogs,
Well, it's gonna be violent.
but I don't want to do that. Emotional support animal. Oh, I forgot about this gator. Miko says night Dan, Papa one says good night Dan, and Mama one says night Dan. Bowley 123. Greetings Bowley. Says hello Super Antonio, long time. How you been? And hello Sadie. And Hernan says, when did you start doing face cam, Antonio? I don't know, about a year ago, I guess. Maybe longer. But just on these live streams. But Bowley, in answer to your question, I'm doing quite well, thank you. And so is Sadie. She's tired though. Miko. Papa one says the gator shocked me. Yeah, we're going to make short work of that unruly bastard. And we're going to collect the big game meat. We're going to waste an explosive round on him. Arthur is mad. Mom one says she's technically an assistant since you work from home. Write her expenses off on your taxes. Yeah, she is the co-host. Yeah, we could do that. There. Blasted that SOB. Bowley says I'm playing MH Wilds and so far it's great. And also watching you. I'm glad. I'm very happy about that. That's how I want everyone to watch the videos. Is play a video game. Just pretend that I'm playing beside you. Hernan says, what's up, Miko? And Miko says, Sadie's going to crash out soon. Yeah, she just did. That's enough. But, yeah, she was ready for bed before the stream. She jumped on the bed and I was like, no, babe, I'm sorry. We've got a live stream. Serena says, hi, Bowley and Hernan. It is Hernan. I'm reading that right. Yeah. Is it Hernan or Herman?
The thing is, Sadie, I really can't.
Hernan.
I must come. He's my husband.
I know he's your husband.
I
I
insist.
think that's an N.
Insist all you like.
Bowley says, Serena
Arthur, tell
at
her
Star Hearts.
she ain't coming
Hola.
just to collect her husband.
Abigail, you ain't coming. That's the end of the matter.
See, there you heard him. Now let's go.
But
nothing. It'll be quicker.
What is the Aboriginal language, Serena? I mean, they don't speak English. I mean, how do you say, what would you even call
I
it?
ain't the crying sort, but
Australian
Yeah, we know you are. We'll bring him back to you.
Aboriginal languages.
thank you both.
It's called the Creole, Australian Aboriginal English, Northern Territory Pidgin English.
Place is surrounded by marshland. Should hopefully
Three main languages. Oh, wow. The three main languages spoken in Australia are Mandarin, Arabic, Cantonese, Vietnamese, and Italian.
Throw our way out of there. Seems simple enough.
Wow. But, you know, of course, English. Mom one says, you love the Evans repeater. Is it better than the Lancaster? I'm a Lancaster and bolt action fan. Also the bow. I don't think it's better, but you know, it has it's got 24 rounds. I mean, you never ever run out with an Evans. And if you do, reloading it, make sure you're make sure you take cover if you're reloading, because it takes about 5 minutes to reload. But yeah, I just like the ammo capacity, but I think it's comparable. Hernan says yes, it's Hernan, and Miko says this scene is funny. Pop One says, wait a second, can we talk about Sadie and Abigail were arguing and then just watched Arthur get abused by an alligator? and did nothing. Abigail was like, he'll be fine. Just give him a minute. He'll walk it off. Serena says, same Mama One. I love Lanky and Bolty. I don't know much about weapons. Heard those were good weapons in the game. And Boley says, can't believe you got out of Chapter 2. You've been there for 6 years. Yes, indeed, Boley. But in the live stream, we're taking this all the way to that final ride with a Bad Honor playthrough.
There's a group in front of that barn, just to our right.
Oh, yeah. I see 2 guards. Okay, take them out, and let's go get our boy.
Okay.
And then after that, we're going to play The Last of Us, Part 1. And
Wait, shit.
and a kung fu
I think
game
that was John.
set in Hong Kong called Sleeping Dogs.
Come on. I think one of those guards was still moving.
And maybe we'll like have some kind of Free Roam Fridays, Red Dead type live streams to be determined. But yeah, we'll probably be in chapter 2 or 3. Last time I finished the game, I swore I'd never play it again. I mean, I swore I'd never finish it again. But we're doing it.
Come on, Arthur.
Serena says, I got upset how Dutch wasn't happy with Arthur getting John out of jail, but had to get Micah out of jail. How does that work, LOL? Yeah, what's that about?
You ain't working today. Put the gun down, lady.
Well, there was less law after them at that point, I think. You know, if we're going to try to understand Dutch's logic. And as far as he knew, the Pinkertons hadn't followed him, hadn't followed in chapter 2. They hadn't caught up.
Try anything, I'll blow your damn head off. You clear on that?
Mama One says, the pump action is fantastic, Serena. I just love the sound. Plus, we own a Winchester 1897 pump shoddy just like that. It belonged to my grandfather, who was a World War I veteran in the Meuse-Argonne offensive.
Pointing a gun at her.
Wow.
Excuse me? I said apologize.
I made a short out of this a sequence here where Milligan calls John an a-hole. Just because it sounded funny.
Fine establishment.
Jameson, sir.
Jameson who?
No, Mr. Jameson. Heston.
Boley says you should try Monster Hunter. Easy for beginners, and you can play on console or computer. I'll look it up. Monster
I
Hunter.
look forward
It's
to
monsters.
meeting him.
What's that coming over the hill?
Well, that's gonna
Is it
be
a
up to
monster?
you, my friend. So, you
It's Capcom. I like Capcom.
Not especially.
Well, I guess we're about to find out.
It's got negative reviews, mixed reviews on Reddit. Monster Hunter is an action role-playing game
Someone in there
developed and
actually
published by
gets a damn
Capcom.
fool.
Guess we'll see.
Third person like that. A custom hunter character who travels to the Forbidden Lands, an unpopulated landmass filled with monsters, in order to locate a missing expedition party. What kind of weapons you get? Oh, here we go. It's 14 weapons. They don't say what they are. In Wilds, players can seamlessly move between the larger world and their hunter village where they can cook, replenish their supplies, and craft new gear. Quests can also be started.
Unless you bring me
Oh, looks
John
interesting.
Marston, right now. Got one
I will look at some gameplay online
One,
or on YT Bowley.
3.
Take that under consideration. Maybe.
Yes, sir.
Papa One says when Arthur uses the Evans repeater when he reloads, he gives the enemy a smoke break. Yeah, it takes forever.
Very funny. No, we must be
But you hardly ever have to reload anyways. 24 rounds. Mom One says it was considered dangerous to have a shotgun during World War I, as the German command issued an order to execute any enemy soldier caught with a shotgun or shotgun shells.
shot out. Number 1.
Interesting, I did not know that.
Milliken, don't stop counting. I can't hear you.
Sadie's Mrs. Adler waving that cattleman around.
Come on.
She's in her element.
Bye, buddy.
Germans said shotguns caused cruel and unusual suffering. Keep in mind the Germans created flamethrowers and poison gas.
Now, no funny business. Mr.
Also note that Marston is barefoot. They're not putting shoes on these prisoners. Flip-flops or sandals. Take these jokers out. This is a fun mission. Not gonna lie. We can't go yet. I'm gonna miss this multiple tagging when we start over. When we hunt for the Legends of the Satchel. In fact, I'm not gonna do it, but it'd be interesting to I mean, I get the Legend of the Satchel is like one of the first things I do in chapter 2, but it'd be fun to wait to chapter 6 when we've got like perfect Deadeye to hunt for all that. But you hardly need it in chapter 6. Boley says, ever been in the prison? Yes, we have. We've made a video on it. We didn't do it this time. There is some crazy stuff in there. Yeah, there's a whole environment that they did nothing with. And Nico says, I'm surprised the rescue tactic worked. Good thing Sisika didn't have any officers with skills like the invisible sniper, or else Arthur and Sadie are cooked. Yeah, it was a ridiculous plan, Mrs. Adler. We were just going to go up there and try to take him from a work party. And then Arthur improvises. Papa One, very clever what you said there. In real life, the creator of the volcanic pistol tried to end his subscription twice with the weapon. It didn't even make a cut. Mama One says they have a cannon, yet are using their rifles. Maybe the cannon operator, like, they're not trained on it, so they couldn't, like, load it up. Or maybe Arthur took out the cannon operators first. They should definitely have a Gatling gun up there. See, and this running through the field also is very reminiscent of Guarma. Got my green tea. Boley says, without Arthur, Sadie would have been canceled long ago. She was stupid and had a cancellation wish. There are certain words I can't say on a live stream. Totally. Yeah, that's how she dealt with the loss of her husband Jake. And the trauma that she went through. You know, she didn't curl up and just, you know, she went the other way. She just turned it all into anger. Anger at the world. And anger at the O'Driscolls. But Arthur says it right when he says you and me were more ghosts than people. One of my favorite lines. Mom once says most prison guards wouldn't have a weapon, so the main problem would be guards in the tower. Yeah, they're not going to have weapons, just because they don't want to arm the prisoners.
Nice to see you, Arthur. There's some fellas fellas coming here don't look too friendly. We best get out of here.
But I assume in the tower they have like walls of shotguns and, you know, and rifles and stuff, carbine repeaters, and you can just grab one as you run to the wall.
Thanks.
Keep them off
Pow! Just keep shooting until we get to the cutscene. Shoot our way into the cutscene. Marston, thanks for the hospitality, boys. I don't know why John didn't, you know, at least.
You know,
I don't think we even armed him.
better when you was all trussed up like a prize chicken.
Pop One says, in dangerous situations, people react differently. I knew strong Marines who, when a friend was canceled, broke down in the middle of a firefight. I've seen other men go ape shit crazy.
Thank you. Don't mention.
And Boley says, Dutch, Sadie, and Micah put the camp at risk more than the others combined. And Pop One continues, hand-to-hand combat up close and dangerous as ever.
Is Abigail all right?
Yeah, you never know, I guess.
Jack is too. She managed to escape when they got Hosea.
Hosea.
Also, Bill
Real
Boley.
somehow.
Bill led the Pinkertons
Arthur.
to LaGras.
Like
Thanks,
family.
Bill.
Yeah, we lost
But
young
basically
Larry,
the
too. No. What a
the gang started falling apart
And did we?
once Micah joined. No, maybe not once Micah joined. Once Dutch made the decision to move to Saint Denis,
How the hell did that happen?
accelerated things.
It's the only way out of there. The boat went down in a storm, and we ended up stranded on an island somewhere near Cuba. Cuba? Wait, you're gonna have to tell me all this again. It's a long story, but things ain't been good, John. You're telling me. We're holed up now in the mountains to the north, near Roanoke.
Interesting, this ride back is part of the mission. I mean, the mission is not over yet.
We had to move.
Yeah. Seems Molly ratted us out. The
Papa One
bitch.
says, I remember
She's dead too.
I had been in country around 6 months, and there was this young kid who was only 17. He was a year younger than me. He lived 2 days in Vietnam. I didn't even know him, but it enraged me and my friends, and we went nuts.
Wasn't the right time, so
Yeah, that's hard.
might not be the hero's welcome you're imagining.
But it was a different time, and it was war, and you made it, and you lived your life. You got back home to Mama One and Ranch One. Cloudy says, I found out that John was only 26 in Red Dead Redemption 2, but he looks a lot older. Yeah, Cloudy, you know, there's no sunblock. It's poor nutrition. There's no health care at all. You're living a lot harder in 1899. And, you know, you're pretty much grown up at 13, 12 or 13. You could marry. Papa One says, stress and hard living life ages a man. Look up photos of soldiers before and after World War II and any other war. It's sad how it changes a man.
We told you we would.
Yeah, it's a sacrifice for your country.
What are you doing here?
Good to see you too, partner.
I meant I hadn't sent for you yet.
But that's why we honor them.
But I said that.
Yeah, I know what you said. I felt different.
But, you know, we live in very soft, coddled, and pampered times.
Yes.
Bully is correct. You're having kids at 13. You are.
All of us.
And a lot of them won't survive childbirth.
Well, I guess we'll have another fight.
Mama One says, the death of the gang
Loyalty.
was when they robbed Cornwall. Kind of like how Arthur dies in the final mission. Wait a second, Mama One. He dies in the final mission?
John.
But
You are my brother.
got sick when Down spit on him.
I was coming
Yeah.
for you.
It was talking of hanging me, Dutch.
Yeah,
They was talking. They was
But again, you know, Arthur lived his life. He was 35-ish,
now they may come and hang
and he
us
died
all.
a hero. Even though we're going to go back for the money. That is a pain, going back for the money. Boley says you have 13 kids to work the farm. Exactly. And Papa One says, I always say when women want to go fight in combat, I always tell them sometimes not getting what you want is a blessing disguised as it is a disappointment. I would never want my beautiful wife to have been exposed to what I was. I couldn't imagine if something would have happened to her if she were in combat. Yeah, I think the Israelis, I don't know if they still do that, the IDF, they had the right idea. They tried it like in the 60s and realized that Arabs would fight harder if they weren't if they were fighting against, if they knew they were fighting against women, and that they wouldn't surrender. So they took them off combat and put them in, you know, and trained them as fighter pilots. And I believe, don't quote me on this, they still do that, and that made sense. That makes sense because, you know, they're smaller, so they can fit in the cockpit easier, and they've got faster reflexes. But I don't know if they're doing that now. Mama One says Amish are still that way, Boley. Do a little weapons upgrade. The Evans, I'm not happy with how the Evans looks, so we're going to change it to blued steel. We are wanted dead or alive in Annesburg, but it's fine. It's fine.
I'll put what happened behind us, but don't you dare
I
try
do
to
like the
attack
look of
someone
blued
in here
steel.
again.
I feel it wouldn't rust as much. And I also like the brass
Perfectly maintained.
the brass on there.
Love to see that.
Brass frame, I believe
You
it's
know,
called.
A new stock on this could really improve it. Interested? You know, this weapon would look even more impressive with
And a
some
mahogany
real-
finish.
What do you think?
I put mahogany finishes on almost all the long guns. I just like the dark wood. More
afraid
ammo.
A gun won't do you much good without some ammo. You've kept that weapon looking as nice as the
We got to add a scope to Bolty,
well done.
which we didn't do. We're going to take Bolty on our final ride. We'll use him in the lighthouse. I like switching back and forth. Cloudy says he's getting sleepy. Good night. Good night, Cloudy. Appreciate you being here, friend. You have a great weekend. Now, Serena says, I like mahogany, and good night, Cloudy. And Mom 1 says good night to Cloudy. And now we are going up north to the Grizzlies. We'll do a little bit of Fairvale shanty. Miko says it's not your fault, Papa One. Yeah, it isn't your fault, Papa One. And you survived. Boley says, yeah, I'm out too. Good night, everyone. Appreciate you being here, Boley. Great to see you, friend. Serena says, good night, Cloudy. Take care. Enjoy your weekend, and bye for now. Yeah, the only reason I could think to get a PS5 was for what we were going to do next. There's a cougar around here, so we have to be prepared. Because it would really help with these with the faster loading times for this game, because you have to do an exit reload to respawn the gold nugget, and that takes a while. But we'll go through it so I can show you. Fairvale Shanty is protected by bears and wolves. Miko says goodnight, Bully, and Serena says goodnight, Bully. Have a great weekend. Bye for now. I hope you have a great weekend, Serena. And you too, Miko. Also, Miko, I wanted your opinion on eels. Eels are like a fish snake. Why? Because I was watching a Japanese vlogger, and he had a pet eel. I didn't even know you were allowed to keep eels as pets. And an eel just looks like a water snake to me. Papa One, God has forgiven you. I guarantee it. But you have to forgive yourself. But everyone, you know, your country's forgiven you. Sadie says thank you. Okay, we need to go... past the loft. Got a $5 bounty. Miko says there's different types of eels. I personally wouldn't keep one though. Yeah, but they're snakes. They're fish snakes. And you have aquariums. Well, anyways, I thought of you when I saw it. I don't like eels. Unagi. Peter says, good night, everyone. Good night, Peter. Appreciate you being here, friend. Just going to do a little Fairvale Shanty, show you how it works. Mama One says good night to Peter. And Serena says, good night, Peter. Have a great weekend. Bye for now. And Miko says, no worries, Papa One. You did the best you could. Sometimes we can't save everyone, and your feelings are justified. Very well said, Miko. And Miko says, night, Peter. And Serena also says, good night, Peter. Peter denied Christ 3 times. What's that about? So don't do that, Peter. 1 is okay. But 3 times is pushing it. And Mama One says, amen, Miko. Okay, we gotta worry about a bear. And then we have to worry about wolves. But the bear won't spawn every time. But he's usually there the first time. Optimally, we just want to chase him away. Don't necessarily want to... I mean, we can't... We don't need the pelt. And but I don't want to waste it. Miko says, coolie loaches look like tiny eels. I could keep those. Very wiggly. Mama One says, I wish Amberino was a more fleshed out At least a trading post or general store. It's a huge hunting area. It should have some type of town. I agree, Mama One. There's nothing. And Raynav says monkey. Greetings, friend. Happy Friday to you. Okay, interestingly, this is a platinum jewelry box, or platinum loot box. So that will cycle through with like the platinum watch band and the platinum watch, the platinum earrings, and there's one more platinum thing. So yeah, once you get the gold nugget, make a save. Be sure to save after you get the gold nugget. And then just run away and reload that save. Making sure to delete the autosave if one comes up. Raynav says it's Saturday in New Zealand. Happy Saturday to you, friend, and shout out to New Zealand. See, if we had a PS5, it would just like zoom through these, and we could do this faster. At any rate, I did 99 of this. I won't show you 90, you know, I won't show it to you. I just took a couple days, well, a couple sessions over 2 days, and I just kind of watched YouTube and did this in the background, which was a lot of fun to get 99 gold nuggets. I thought about making a video on it, but then I figured out that we could do it in Moonstone Pond, and I made that video instead. And it was nice to have a video at the end of the month. A traditional video.
Come on, girl.
First things first, we gotta ride back and turn around. Turn around, Morgan.
Yeah.
Raynav asks, how long have you been wearing the Civil War Hardy hat? Since we started the channel. It's been Arthur's hat. So, I don't know, 4 or 6 years? It's a superantonio hat. There's the bear. Just give him a little a shot in the butt or the foot to make him run away. In theory, it should anger him, but it doesn't. Look at that full moon.
Nice and easy. Hey, girl, be easy now. Yeah.
And here comes the bear.
You're okay, girl.
Papa One says, on a more positive note, Daphne the Dutch Warmblood is clearing up nicely. That's good news. Hey, come back. Come back. We fixed her hooves and she is recovering. Hop up. And going through short therapy just to manage her hooves. The horse rescuer has asked. Just keep her up here. Boom. If we would take on 2 more horses rescued from a hoarding situation. Raynav says, every time I try the Silver Dapple Pinto horse glitch, I fail. Yeah, it's really difficult. The only way to get one now is Albert Mason or maybe the Face Rock situation, which I never do, or I haven't done on this channel just because it's too violent. Miko says, good to know Daphne is getting better. There's your second gold nugget. We got 3 now. And rinse and repeat. Miko says, "Thank you, Papa One. I never got to know my paternal grandfather very much. He was a World War II vet and migrated to the U.S. when I was very young and came back infrequently. He passed away there." And Papa One says, "Oh wow, Miko, I'm so sorry you didn't get to spend much time with him, but I just know he's looking down on you and smiling." See, she's paying attention because I got something in my hand. What is it? What is it? Why can't I have it? But, you know, we got to keep her on stream. We got to keep her occupied. Yeah, we did this 99 times. But we're not doing it 99 times on this stream. Never fear. Papa One says, "Yep, and we ended up buying 6 Arabians and 2 quarter horses from that horse fair we went to. The quarter horses are for breeding. Of the 6 Arabians, 3 are for breeding and 1 is for show." And Raynav says, "If I have a white Arabian, after a few months, it might get shot by hunters or exploded." You're playing a dangerous game. And Miko says, "Maybe Papa One either smiling or face palming." I don't know if they face palm in heaven, Miko. And Papa One says, "And the others are just going to be sold as pets or for whatever reason the customer wants." And Miko says, "That is a huge haul of horses, Papa One." Let me check something. Sit, stay, wait. Well, if you got the space and you got the will. And now we have 4. Save and reload. If I were going to do this again, I wouldn't do it up here. But, you know, it's a gold. Everyone loves gold. I would do Moonstone Pond, because it's twice the amount of money for the same amount of work. Papa One says, "Haha, Miko." And yes, we have fully come out of retirement. We really wish we could have come out of retirement sooner, but this channel and the friendships we have developed made me want to get back to what I love, and that's horses. Well, I'm glad we got you. It's going to keep you young. It's going to keep you going, Papa One. I'm glad we had a little bit of help in that. Shout out to the channel members. Appreciate all of you. What was I going to say? I was going to say, well, we have a Grand Theft Auto tomorrow night. And I'll just show you some random. We're collecting animal fat for explosive rounds for that final ride. And also, I think there's a little bit of Moonstone Pond in this as well. I'll keep the chat going for a little bit, and we shall return tomorrow night. Shout out to the channel members and channel mods, Miko and Mama One and Papa One and Serena. Serena says, "Awesome stream as usual, Antonio." Serena, you are awesome as usual, and I hope you feel better real soon. We shall return tomorrow night for the LA Noire stream. Like and subscribe. And enjoy the rest of your evening, friends. See you soon.